Love, dating, and relationships on steroids. Welcome to the Lover List, where Reddit's juiciest love stories are served fresh daily. Hit that like button, drop a comment, subscribe and turn on notifications before love passes you by. My 24 female boyfriend, 27 male, doesn't support me in my decision about my face and I don't know what to do anymore. I, 24 female, am very insecure about my looks due to bullying. My current job is stable and very well paid, so recently I have decided that maybe it's time to act on that and fix the parts of me that ruin my entire looks. My nose is very big and aquiline, so I think it's the better place to start. If it goes well, I am thinking about getting my cheeks removed. They are very round, almost like a baby, and maybe getting rid of some of my freckles. I have asked my local plastic surgery for information about what kind of nose job would fit my face better, and they give a budget. The same afternoon, I told my boyfriend about all of this and asked him help me to choose a date for the surgery so he can go with me. I looked me like I had just killed someone, got upset and told me that he is not going to be a part of this and refuses to know anything else about my surgery. He isn't really talking to me, he just says that I'm making his girl disappear forever. I haven't chosen a date yet. I don't think I will be able to do this without him. I have started to have doubts about whether or not getting the nose job, and I don't know how to fix things with my boyfriend. What should I do? TLDR, my boyfriend is against me getting a nose job and won't go with me to the clinic. I have started to doubt if I'm doing the right decision. Update. So, over the last few days, I have been thinking a lot about this, and I have had a serious talk with my boyfriend. By thinking, I realized that I don't want the surgeries for myself, rather than to please strangers and having them to accept me. These are not good reasons for permanently alter your face. In addition, surgery scares the hell out of me. To sum up, I won't go under the knife. As soon as I can, I will try to speak to a therapist about my self-esteem issues. I feel a little sad, because it means that I will always have a weird face, and many people will judge me and reject me. But I don't want to lose myself, and I don't want to risk losing my boyfriend. I then talked with him and made sure he knows that I understand why he reacted like he did and thanked him for helping me to see the truth. He was happy to know that I wasn't having surgery. He took my face in his hands and spent 5 solid minutes kissing my nose and my cheeks. He asked me not to do contouring on my nose nor getting my hair on my face with the purpose of hiding anything. TLDR, I won't go under the knife, but I will see a therapist, and I reconciled with my BF. Everyone has great input on the emotional aspect of getting surgery done to your face, so I'll give you input on the physical. Don't get fat removed from your cheeks. I'm assuming you're talking about buccal fat removal. When you get surgery done on your face, you need to think about the implications of these procedures on your face as you age into your late 20s, 30, and onwards. Faces can change drastically every couple of years. When people age, their face tends to get thinner and more gaunt. People with chubbier cheeks will stay younger looking than those without it. Without fat in your face, you'll get wrinkles and look gaunter than you may want to look. Meaning, you'll look great now, but you probably will not like it when you're older. Think about the implications before you do anything that will alter your appearance. Face fat removal is non-reversible. Yeah, I had baby cheeks well into my 20s, not that it bothered me, but now at 34 my face has noticeably changed shape. From what I understand, buccal fat removal isn't reversible, so that's something to consider. You've got a winner of a BF. I hope one day you see yourself the way he sees you. Exactly, come here to say this. As someone with facial deformities, it's tough going through life, catching people openly staring or knowing they're judging you for something superficial and being out of your control. I went through surgeries as a teenager to help fix my face, and honestly, almost 20 years later, I hate how I look now more than I did before. It's hard, it really is. But at some point you'll start to care less, and realize it says more about those people than it does you. And hopefully your therapist helps you get there faster than it took me. Chin up. There's a great quote about how if you have lovely thoughts, they shine out from your face like sunbeams, and you will always be beautiful. I bet you are beautiful now because of your soul. It's from Roald Dahl's book The Twits. If a person has ugly thoughts, it begins to show on the face. And when that person has ugly thoughts every day, every week, every year, the face gets uglier and uglier until you can hardly bear to look at it. A person who has good thoughts cannot ever be ugly. You can have a wonky nose and a crooked mouth and a double chin and stick out teeth, but if you have good thoughts, it will shine out of your face like sunbeams and you will always look lovely. Skip the cheeks. I knew people with insanely cubby cheeks, and in their 40s they look like they're in their 20s. Meanwhile, I had the perfect cheekbones that could cut glass, and now I just look gaunt and old. You'll love them someday. I mean, I see his point. He likes who you are and can see the writing on the wall. You're going down a pretty dark path that ends with you looking like a cartoon character. I know insecurities are brutal, but surgery isn't the answer. Invest in a therapist first, and learn to love yourself as you are. And if you still want the surgery, not because you'll feel miserable without it, but because it'll just make you feel extra good, then go for it. But your insecurity is seeping through the screen, and it's pretty clear you're going to feel even worse after the surgery because you'll find something else to fixate on. I know people who have cosmetic surgery who are very happy for having done it, so this isn't an anti-cosmetic surgery post. But at the same time, it sounds to me like you're heading down a road that surgery isn't going to fix. Maybe I'm wrong. And I do know someone for whom a boob job made a huge difference in her overall confidence, so, I mean, it does happen. But I'm curious what else you've done to address your insecurity. Because it sounds like your BF likes the way you look. And I know a couple of people with good nose jobs, but none of them look natural, if you asked me. I don't want to look natural, I only want a normal face. Starting with a girl nose grinning face with sweat. I come from a small village, everyone is going to know I fixed my face, so what's the point? I have tried to work on myself and my self-love, but getting surgery is something I have in my mind since high school. Aw, what a sweet predicament. Honestly, he loves you for you. Here's where a conversation needs to be had, and probably start with your own therapist for professional help, and please don't listen to internet strangers for such an important decision. I think you should explore the abuse you endured while growing up. I, too, have a big nose. Most people kindly tell me that it's not so big. It kind of isn't, actually. It's just that I have a very narrow face and my nose appears most prominent. When I was 16, my parents gave me the choice to either get a nose job or they would buy me a car. I figured I could get my big nose around more independently rather than sit home with a face the public would find more pretty. I found that parenting, although sarcastic and unintentional, my piece just got lucky to be life-changing. It made me own my face. A face I never had a problem with until some ugly souls made fun of me. I'm 52. I can tell you, and no one makes fun of my big nose. Maybe I grew into it. IDK. Most of my kids inherited the schnoz. My daughter decided to get a nose job at age 20. I can barely tell. She even had it revised, and she still seems just okay with it, given all the pain and effort. She is beautiful no matter what. Sharp like a tack to boot. I don't think her life would be any different with or without the nose job. I don't think mine would be any different either. Let's go back to the suggested therapy appointment. You decided you want this. Have you really processed the why? Your SO is not supporting. Could be proper concern, or it could be he does not see the necessity to go under the knife, especially because he does love you. He doesn't want this strife on you. Perhaps even, he doesn't like the way the public perceives the scenario, and he doesn't like the light it possibly puts him in. He'd never want the public to think he had anything to do with altering the face he already deemed beautiful. Then, more importantly, there's this. Perhaps deep down, you want to make yourself the most beautiful and surpass the limits of this SO. Maybe it is perceived that you are using this surgery as a step up. As in, once you heal, you will go on to bigger and better things. That is a valid concern for a dude. Seek a therapist and get down to the bottom of you. It means that I will always have a weird face, and many people will judge me and reject me. This is what the therapist will help you with. Yes, I would also challenge her about who in her current adult life is judging and rejecting her. It really just sounds like her high school bullies made the only ever comments and she's internalized/projected everything else since then. I will give you an example. In sometimes I go partying with my average tending to attractive female friend. When we speak to other people, almost always they talk to my friend and act like I am no even there. I consider myself lucky if I get a high. This happens with all the boys and a good portion of the girls. It has made me dislike going to the club. I mean, I am not looking for attention and certainly I don't want anyone to flirt with me, but I kinda want my presence to be acknowledged and being talked to like I was a person and not a piece of furniture. Those who judge and reject you because of your facial features are not people you want in your life. Kids are evil and mean and great at going after others. I know you don't feel it, but I bet you are way more beautiful than you think you are. Please see a therapist and go from there. My boyfriend felt the same about his nose until he met me. Now it's a running joke in our relationship. Every time he complains about his nose, I dote upon its magnificence. He states, "Oh yeah, you'd be upset if I removed this Notre Dame." I usually mention aspects of myself he likes that I'm not fully satisfied with, but I also understand I am my own worst critic. Maybe you're just your own worst critic. Glad to hear you're working on your insecurity and self-esteem. As someone who also struggled with self-image issues because of others' comments and opinions, I'd like to share a tip that helped me and hopefully helps you too. When I first moved in with my husband, then boyfriend, his apartment didn't have those giant bathroom mirrors like most places do now. Because of this, I wasn't forced to constantly look at myself nearly as much or as in depth during the day. After a while of this, I caught a glance of myself in a big bathroom mirror while out and about. To my surprise, I was so proud and appreciative of how I looked. Point being, give yourself some mental space and a bit of grace. Over time, you'll learn to see yourself the way your boyfriend does. Wish you all the best on your emotional journey. Sounds like your boyfriend loves you the way you are and is scared you're going to change every feature that makes you, you. Or maybe he doesn't want a GF who's had plastic surgery. Either way, you have every right to do what you want with your body whether he or anyone likes it or not. Have a heart-to-heart. Ask him what about it makes him not want to be a part of it. I do believe everyone should love themselves for what they look like, but that's not always the case, to which this could be an amazing surgery that gives you confidence. Don't rush into it. Look at yourself and see if all those listed things would truly make you feel confident if changed, or if you just need to try self-love and deep down it's the bullying that caused it / not your true feelings about yourself. Before you are his girl, you are for yourself. If you're considering surgery, this isn't a small thing for you. I wish he would have given your feelings a place in his thoughts. That said, do you have photos? Like, examples of your face after the changes? It may help his freak out, and I think you need time to really choose your features. I heavily advise against just getting one better or that a DR says is well suited. I think you wouldn't worry about your boyfriend's opinions if your resolve was stronger. And you get that by really diving into the options. There are so many great ways to digitally modify your face. Please make sure this is perfect for you. It'll take time to save up. Spend it dreaming and don't settle. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Love and Relationship Stories. If you enjoyed hearing these intriguing tales, be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment with your thoughts. Don't miss out on any future episodes. Subscribe now and turn on the notification bell to stay updated. Your support helps us bring you more of the love, dating and relationship stories that you love.